Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to my Thursday Q&A. Every Thursday, I make these videos where I answer your questions, so drop them in the comment section below, and I will do my very best to answer everybody's question next week. Remember, if you want your questions answered in video format like this, you have to ask them on the previous week's Q&A to be included in the next Q&A video. Got a little spot there. So, yeah, let's get started on this. Our first question comes from Jeff Sisko, and he asks, how much social interaction do you get on an average day? Do you randomly make conversations with people, or do you mainly talk to friends and family? First of all, there's no such thing as an average day for me. I'm constantly, well, I don't know, I like to stay in a place for at least a week, but it seems like it's usually 2 weeks or a month, which is totally cool because that gives me time to really take the place in and settle down and not just be on the move constantly, because on the move constantly it wears me out. I like to settle down and really get to know places and try to get to know people. I'm kind of a loner, really. I just really enjoy spending time by myself, but it's really unhealthy to do that all the time, and I really enjoy getting to know people, and especially locals. When you get to know, when you go somewhere new and you start to get to know a local, then they know everything about that place that you would never know if you didn't have that opportunity to learn from a local. Like here in New Orleans, I've been hanging out with Corey all the time. He's lived here most of his life, and he just knows everything about this place. So I'm learning so much, and there's just so many things I would have no idea about if it wasn't for him. And that happens a lot in every place. It's kind of a weird thing because I really do like to stick to myself. But at the same time, I like to get to know the place. I like to get to know the place where I'm at, and I like to get to know people. So it's kind of a weird thing. I don't really strike up conversations with people. I guess most of the time it doesn't go beyond "Hi, how are you? Okay, cool." But if somebody looks interesting or is doing something interesting, I'll totally talk to them and strike up a conversation. Absolutely. So I hope that answers that. K. Jewel asks, what camera do you use for photography? The same one that I use for video. It's in the description. There's a affiliate link in the description of all my videos. It's Nikon D3300. I absolutely love this camera. It's just been the most amazing beginner DSLR, and that doesn't mean it's not capable of doing everything higher end one does. It's just the features and the way it's laid out and the amount of buttons and everything makes it easier to use than a pro level. But as far as a crop sensor camera, this thing is just absolutely amazing. It takes stunning pictures, obviously good video too. You guys should see it before it gets uploaded to YouTube, because YouTube compresses the video pretty hardcore. It's super high quality before it gets on there. Yeah, I absolutely love this camera. I bought the refurb version because it was way cheaper and it goes back to the Nikon factory. Usually what happens is someone sends it back. They just open the box and decide they don't want it or whatever and send it back. And then Nikon goes through the whole thing and they make sure everything works perfectly as new. And the thing looked like it was brand spanking new. There was no scratches or anything on it. It's worked perfectly for me. And I've heard that other people have had the same experience. So refurb's the way to go. I saved a lot of money doing it that way. I think I paid $350 for it or something with the kit lens, and everywhere else I go it's $500. So I scored. I love this camera. With that said, I do want to upgrade to a Sony a6300 because it does have some features that this one is missing, and it's way better in low light, and it does 4K. Next question is from Looking Good. I thought it was Looking God, but it's Looking Good, spelled funny. I get it now. Your question is, what does Into the Mystery mean? What's the significance of the 13? I actually have been asked this before, but it was a long time ago, so I don't mind bringing it up again. Into the Mystery means stepping outside of my comfort zone and everything I know, and stepping into the mystery of stepping out of the place I was living and the town that I knew my whole life and everything, and going out into the world and experiencing things and going places that I knew absolutely nothing about. But it has a dual meaning. It also means living in a headspace of childlike wonder, of everything being brand new, letting go of all your preconceptions about everything and all your definitions about everything, and looking at everything as if it's brand new, like you're an alien that's just arrived on this planet. You know nothing about anything, and everything's brand new. It's a state of wonder and mystery and ooh and ah that's just amazing, that is the place to be. I try to spend as much time there as possible. It's a form of meditation. And the 13, because originally I started this trip on my motorcycle and I left on Friday the 13th, and Into the Mystery already had a bunch of channels and stuff, so I wanted to add something to it, and I thought, okay, well, I'm leaving on Friday the 13th, so I might as well add the 13. Plus, I like the number 13, because it's like this whole, like, it's supposed to be unlucky thing, but it's totally been, like, not unlucky to me, but it has this cool, like, almost, like, dark, like, voodoo vibe to it, so I dig 13. Okay, next question is from Keiju again, and it is, how long will you be in Oregon? Probably about a month. I was planning on only being in New Orleans for a week, but it looks like it's going to be at least like 2 weeks, maybe even up to a month. And then I'm going to spend some time in Utah, and yeah, I don't know how long I'll be there. Probably, there's so much to see there. There's so many parks, and I've never been to Utah. I've always gone around it. So it's going to be really cool to spend time there. And I'm meeting up with a vagabond filmmaker who happened to make my new intro that you just saw, as well as my new icon, logo, my new logo, which should be in the, you should be able to see it now where my old one used to be, as well as on social media. I'm not sure if I will have everything done by this time, or by the time you see this, but hopefully. So yeah, probably about a month in Oregon. I've got some stuff stored at my parents' house, a couple more guitars and motorcycle gear and a bunch of other crap, and I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell some of the stuff that's in here and do some work on the van, and yeah, spend some time with my family, because I've never been away from them for this long. It'll be more than a year, and that's never happened before. And I've got a lot of friends up in Oregon I really miss and really want to spend time with, and my dogs. So it'll be good to spend some time there. It might even be more than a month. Might be a month or two. I just got to be back in Salem by September. Texas Tramper asks, what about carrying a Reliance portable toilet with biodegradable bags, cocoa core, and cedar chips? Too much work, too much stuff to store. I've only taken a dump 3 times in this van, and packing up like 4 or 5 plastic bags together and just using that has been totally fine for me. I don't see any use to carry around any more stuff. This van is so small, it's already so packed that that's just not something I see as worth having, I guess. For me, maybe it might be great for other people, but for me, I'm fine with pooping in a bag. Static Camper Van says, do you think diet has anything to do with not needing to shower every day? I think it could. I think it depends on the environment. I have noticed the longer I eat like healthy, clean, vegan food, the less that my body odor smells at all. I haven't worn deodorant since I was in Idaho. I stopped when I was in Idaho. So this was like 10 or 11 months ago. And nobody's ever said anything. I can go like 2 or 3 days, and it's like, it ain't so bad, you know. But definitely the food has had a lot to do with it. And so does the weather. If it's hot and humid, I mean, you're constantly sweating. If it's cold and dry, like, you hardly ever sweat. So it depends on the person, too, because people's bodies are all kind of different, you know. So I don't know. That's a hard one to say with any definitive answer. And I'm not I don't go around like smelling people, you know what I'm saying? So like, I only have like my body to go off of, and everybody's body's a little bit different. So yeah. Thomas Katayama. Wow, Katayama. Is it Katayama? Katayama? I like that. Says, how did you and Corey Moody meet? I asked A. Clarino where he was parking in New Orleans, because I knew I was coming here, and I knew that he had been in a spot for quite a while and that it was working for him, and he told me to check out Corey's channel and get a hold of him. So that's how. And then it was kind of an accident. I was just like parked down here for a few days, and he like just came up to me and, hey, what's up, dude, how you doing, you know, and we've been kind of hanging out ever since. So yeah. Jesse P says, what do you do for security? I'm worried about break-ins when I'm away, thinking about installing an alarm. How many times have you been in a parking lot and an alarm is going off and nobody even looks at it? Those things are like the boy who's cried wolf to me. I mean, maybe you should look up like the science, like how often they actually work. And if you're in a big city, people are just going to pass by. It seems to me. What I do is I leave everything of any value out of sight. I usually keep some junky stuff in the front. This fake poop right here, I keep this within sight inside the van, somewhere like on the ground or on the seat, so it looks like somebody pooped on the seat. And I don't know if that really works or not. Maybe it just makes people laugh. Maybe I'm the only one laughing. Who knows? But this is my number one thing. I take my stereo's got a detachable faceplate, so I take that out and hide it. I take everything out of the like the front area. I don't leave my wallet or anything up here, even like in somewhere. And everything else is blocked off in the back, so it looks like I'm just like hiding stuff back there. There's nothing in sight for anyone to steal. If you leave your laptop or your cell phone or your camera or your wallet or something in view, bam, someone's gonna smash your window and grab it probably. If you hide it, they're gonna wait until they see someone else's. This is also isn't like the nicest van in the world, so I think the junkier vehicle you have, the better. I mean, this one isn't bad. It's not like in bad shape or anything, but it's not like a Lexus or something. And as far as stealing the thing, I have a hidden kill switch that I use, and if I'm in a really like a place where I'm really not sure about, or I know I'm going to be gone for a long time, I'll pull a fuse. Usually like the ignition or something like that will totally work. Pull the fuse and hide it somewhere else. Nobody's going to steal your van. Next question is from Chad Prokop. He says, are you doing any crabbing while you're down there? Probably not. I'm not eating seafood anymore, and yeah, probably not. No, probably not. DJ Sanji 1992 says, any plans to come to Canada? Not concrete ones, but someday definitely. VW Airsoft 304 says, what are your current spiritual philosophies? This is kind of a hard one to explain, because spirituality to me is being completely in the moment and not thinking and labeling and judging things. That's when I feel most spiritual, is when I'm just purely in the moment and in the flow. There's like a flow to life you can get in where everything happens automatically and everything, like, yeah, it's really hard to explain. It's more, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that spirituality is something that I strive to experience rather than think about or label or define. Does that work? Yeah. I think that's the best I can do. Next question is from Barry McDonald. He says, how many hours of sleep do you need? Do you need a sleep schedule? Yes, I absolutely need a sleep schedule, because if I stray from it very far, I just feel totally off all day long. And I need 10 hours laying in bed every night and at least 8 hours of sleep. That if I get that, I'm good. 9 hours of sleep and an hour of laying in bed in the morning is perfect. But I'm so sensitive to everything. My senses just take in so much information that I get overwhelmed easily. So I need a lot of resting period. I need a lot of recharging and just like laying in silence. So 8 or 9 hours of sleep and at least an hour of laying in bed, resting. Vandering About asks, when are you heading back out west? I kind of answered this earlier. I'd probably spend 2 weeks to a month in New Orleans, and then off to Utah, and then Portland, Oregon. Sean says, your own beach or your own mountain? The ability to visit any beach or mountain I want. So my own van. Yeah, that was sly. I like that answer. That just came out. I didn't even think about that. I'm proud of that. But okay. Sean, if I had to choose mountain, definitely. I'm definitely a mountain person, not a beach person. Beaches are like, it's just like a big body of water and some sand, you know? But mountains got all the trees and you can hike, and there's so much more like accessible wildlife you can see, because I guess you could get like a diving suit or go snorkeling or something and see all the fish, but in the mountains there's like bears and mountain lions and birds and frogs and snakes and lizards and stuff. So I like mountains personally. Plus they're usually a lot less packed. Josh Bylund says, anything you miss living a normal life, having security or anything else? I think that security is an illusion. People's houses get broken into all the time while they're home. People lose their jobs, can't afford to pay rent, they lose their entire house. Me, if I lose my job, if I stop having an income suddenly, I own my house. Nobody's gonna take it from me. I guess the one thing that is, it's easier for someone else to steal but I have those things set up in place so nobody's going to steal this thing. And I guess I could get towed or something, but that's only if I park in a bad spot or I get a bunch of tickets or something. So as far as the security, I think I'm way more secure in the van than I was in a house or an apartment. Plus, if bad weather comes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, I can just move this thing. I can just get the hell out, you know? So I think I'm way, way safer in this thing than a house. As far as missing stuff, climate control, like air conditioning all the time, and Wi-Fi all the time, anytime I want it, and like really good quality Wi-Fi. It can be really hard to find Wi-Fi sometimes, and that sucks. Like right now it's kind of, I'm sure there's like a little coffee shop around here somewhere where I could get it easily, but I haven't, then I have to sit in the coffee shop, you know, and there's people and it's distracting. It'd be nice to just have a comfortable place to sit in silence and like perfect, like comfortable temperature and just work on my laptop and do stuff. But it's a trade-off I'm willing to take for being able to go anywhere I want, experience anything I want, not have to work nearly as much to survive, you know? So that's it, guys. That's all the questions for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a big thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this. Give me a question for next week. And other than that, love you, say.